Hey there, gang. Welcome back to the world of Abhaile, and welcome back to the Ash Sand Expanse, a massive sprawl of desert to the south of Onstria. Ayat sits high in the sky on this evening, and it's around midnight on the 24th of Marathon in the 792nd year of the New Onstrian epoch. We find the HeckRazors aboard their strange ship, Dane's Gambit. A once humble fishing vessel, the Gambit stands apart as she soars upon not the waves, rather over air and ground, as dozens and dozens of blue crystals called Gravaris are ensconced within her hull to provide an antithesis to gravity. While normally we'd find the crew asleep, with maybe one or two patrolling the docks or the decks on watch, but on this evening, the lot is wide awake. Shalla, the poison-choked veins of black have mostly receded now as the fade from the flesh around your clavicle following the wound that you'd suffered as a blade from a Fey assassin nearly found its mark, save for a timely intervention from the goddess of storm and rain, life and death. Simultaneously, above deck, Corvin, Vargo, and Jet found themselves under attack as well, as figures crept aboard from the shadows. After a tense and scattered fight, you all roused your new colleague Liam and discovered that your other large companion, Scylla, was gone. So, the totals as they stand. 2 of the desert assassins have been slain, 2 have been incapacitated. Shallow's Fey friend has vanished, and there is no sign of Scylla, save for her armor and gear that all remain. But it has been mere moments since this all kicked off, as we snap back in on the dark desert, southeast of Winunawa. It's cold, it's dark, but here, in this moment, Scylla, you're elsewhere. It's dawn, early morning. The sun is just starting to peek over the western horizon as you walk up a lush, grassy hill towards a small town. Do you want to kick us off tonight with a perception check?
I can do that. There you go, 14.
14? Hey, there we go. Thunder rumbles in the distance to your north, and as you spin, caught off guard by the sudden sound after spending days in the dry, hot desert, you see infinity laid out before you. In the towering oak and maple, a canopy of forest that stretches further than you could ever hope to see. As you continue to make the shallow climb to the top of the hill, you make out a handful of simple yet sturdy stone buildings. With a 14 on your perception check, you don't see a single line from a single brick. They're like monolith, stoic, utilitarian. But something about it reminds you of the magically cast walls of marble that wrapped around Onstria's capital city. As you approach this small town, with the fingernail sliver of sunlight assaulting the riddance of night, you're surprised to see the small green square thrumming with life as maybe 30 or so townsfolk stand gathered. They're dressed modestly, sturdy folk, looking to be farmers and laborers mostly. They stand, talking amongst themselves quietly. As you approach, a few of them turn to look at you, a few with expectant faces that instantly melt into disappointment and quickly to indifference. The rest pay you no mind. What are you doing in this moment, Scylla?
I'm gonna try and get someone's attention and figure out where I am.
I gotcha. So yeah, as you walk up towards a group of the townsfolk, roll me a d4 just to see which one you end up finding.
One.
One, I got you. You come across a man. He's not near as tall as you. Probably comes up to 5'8" or so. Human, looks to be brown hair that's starting to gray along the edges, and strong build. Looks to be a farmer of some type. And he looks at you and he. You come for the celebration of life.
Sure. I actually seem to be separated from my friends. Could you tell me the name of this town?
Oh, you ain't from around here then, are you? Well, this here be, Marin's Mill.
He says that. I kind of look down at myself, a big 7-foot tall dragon lady. Like, no, I'm not from around here.
Fair enough.
What was the name of the town?
Its name's Marin's Mill.
Marin's Mill.
Yeah, it really is not a whole lot of anything. There may be 30 or 40 buildings scattered around you. The largest, being for your multi-room residentials, but it's a pretty
It's a small, dusty town.
Yeah, sparse little. Looks like there's a large windmill up on one corner of the town, so it looks like there's some type of agricultural situation. But
And do I remember anything before I wandered into town?
roll me a history check.
Okay. Do.
Oh, not too bad. 10, I'd say you don't remember anything. But as this man's looking at you and talking to you, he, I mean, nothing exactly like you, but a few parts back we had a young group walk through. They looked a little bit, they had a scaly skin like you, but not much. He's just rattling, but as you're sitting there listening to him rattle, you're able to overhear some of the talking that's going on around you as well, as you kind of just drone out on what he's saying because it's just old person standard. You hear another voice off to your side saying, "We shouldn't be doing this." "Oh, hush, Reginald. This was his wish. The boy wanted to be sent along proper. But if the Spellblades even hear whisper of us practicing..." "No, for the love of Ivory, Reginald, these are just rumors. There hasn't been a Spellblade in Marin's Mill since I've been alive." "I'm still not sure." "Well, Sourpuss, you're standing here." "I guess the rain falls when it falls, where it falls." Then you hear just like this pleased little noise in response from looking over. You see this kind of rotund motherly figure wearing a long dress with an apron on over the top of it that still has flour on it from her morning bread, it looks like. The other gentleman is still rambling. But then Pa said that we're not supposed to let these people in, but then Ma said that it was okay, so we did, and we let them in, and they came by, and that was fine. So as long as you're behaving yourself, my friend, you are welcome in Marin's Mill.
I kind of put a hand up. Could you tell me about the celebration of life your town is having? Well, I'm keeping the side conversation in mind.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you see, one of our local sports, Baron, he's an adventurous little tyke. And he's doing what adventurous little tykes do, and he passed on out in the forest, and this was his final wish. You're not gonna find a lot of people around here keen on the tower and the pantheon, the gods, but they
Gotcha. So it's
fancy.
kind of like a funeral rites type thing. Gotcha.
Yeah. You got it.
Okay.
He's like, he's like looks a little perturbed because you're like hushing him and hurrying him along, and he's not getting to like spout his like long drawn out, grandpa stories and whatnot. But
These young kids trying to rush along, don't have time for a story anymore.
as you're standing there, Scylla, suddenly and quietly, out of the corner of your eye, you see a quick flash of white silver light in the corner of the town green. And almost like a V shape, 3 figures appear. 2 equally tall figures flanking a small feminine figure. Can you roll me a perception check as you and the rest of the village turn to regard the newcomers with a mix of apprehension and excitement?
What of my gear do I have with me?
Whatever you would have slept in. So sword, yes, because it's in a pocket dimension. Other than that, whatever you would have slept in.
Oof. Okay. So not my full armor.
Correct, yeah.
Great. Well, let's go ahead and...
So is that a 22?
Yes.
That's...
I'm going to go ahead and doff my armor for a moment.
That is a fantastic perception check. You see 2 elven men, and it's kind of wild. They are identical twins. You see platinum blonde or silver hair from this distance, and with so many townsfolk in the way, it's hard to even really tell, even with that roll. But you see they're even wearing the same simple black linen outfit. The only difference is being that one carries a staff. It's very ornate and clearly not for walking assistance. It's made out of some type of clear, precious stone. And with your years of living in Ulara, along with just something in your gut, the way that he carries himself, something just tells you that that whole thing is made out of diamond. The top of it is carved, but you can't quite make out what it is at this distance either. And then in the middle, you see a slight, short woman with light blue skin, not unlike Vargo's, with curly white-gray hair that ends in wisps of fog above her shoulders. She's wearing a simple brown, it's kind of like a knee-length dress, had a baby with some overalls. But she's got that over a yellow striped white blouse and a little fanny pack. And she's looking solemn, but somehow vibrant. And as the crowd draws in, the tall twins split off, pushing through the crowd, somewhat in your direction. Before stopping to talk to a villager just a few feet away. And with a 22, you can definitely hear what is being said clear as day. And you hear... You are Gregory Orlemont, correct? Correct, I'd thought as much. You see... And he looks at the twin. We're rarely wrong. The villager just kind of nods. And Scylla, can you roll me an insight check?
I'll do that. And since I'm paying special attention, I'm also going to spam guidance on this one.
Sounds good, sir. Oh.
Ooh, not good.
It's hard to tell. He's a interesting looking fella. He's older. He's balding on the top with a little ring of white hair and a beard with bright red bushy cheeks. And you're hard to tell if he's embarrassed or scared or drunk. It's hard to tell. Yeah. Yes, you see Yes, and so do I. I see everything. Man's face kind of falls even further at the implication. Now, we can avoid any troubles if you were to, say, show me to a tasting of that bottle you fill with liquid sent through that alchemist set you've got hidden in the basement. The twins grin in unison, and the man, looking relieved, turns with a nod and starts to lead the way towards one of the stone residences. But one of them stops as they pass you. Now you're a curious thing, and I make a habit of knowing curious things, love. And close enough now, real quick, close enough now that you can see that his uniform is not actually black, but it's a very dark gray, and the top of his staff has been carved, curiously, with a dragon's head, but no one you know. Go ahead, sir. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just kind of make a point to just kind of stand barrel-chested, and like, when he stops to regard me, I just kind of like look down while he's talking to me. And, so he likes to make a habit of knowing curious things. I go, well, I'm just passing through.
Just passing through? I can deal with that. Well, I'd loathe to stay and chat, darling, but there's cheaply made, questionably safe potables waiting to be imbibed in this trustworthy alchemist's basement. But don't you worry, I'll see you later. Ta. And
go attend to your cheap and questionable manners.
as he walks off, humming a tune to a beat that you're not familiar with, you see a commotion as several townsfolk retrieve a long wooden box from a home before it's quickly swallowed by the crowd, who make a ring around an open space in the middle. You hear a light female voice chanting what you would know as a spell. What are you doing in this moment, Scylla?
I'm just kind of watching the ritual we got here.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so looking over the crowd, it's not hard at all to see over the crowd. You're a good foot over everybody here. In the center, you see a hole displaced, clearly by magic, perfectly rectangular. The perfect size for the box that sits at the bottom of the hole. The crowd quiets as the woman holds her hands up, her eyes forward, slightly downcast at the hole. Her eyes cloud over with lightning, and it flashes. It reminds you a lot of how Shalla's do when she casts her magic. And you hear her speak, loudly and clearly. O Galestorm, mighty and swift, bear this child on your winds, with a gentle lift. Carry them high where the heavens unfold, to the place of peace where your love takes hold. With your breath guide their way through the clouds to the day. Let their spirits soar unburdened and free on the winds of grace to their eternity. O Galestorm, hear this plea, in your embrace let it be. And as she's speaking, the air around you is perfectly still. Overhead, clouds churn and spin, but here, perfectly still, as the pile of dirt begins to fill the hole as she speaks. As she finishes her prayer, she kneels down, pulling something tiny from the fanny pack that she wears. Holding it reverently between both hands, she holds it to her lips for just a moment, before quickly burying it in the freshly worked earth. As she rises to her feet again, she regards the crowd once more. Everyone, thank you for coming. If you could take just a few steps back, this next part can be alarming, but I promise you're perfectly safe. And it takes just a second, but the crowd does eventually back up a few steps. One moment. And she does as well, just standing off center, her eyes still clouded and stormy. She holds her hands once more up, and the storm's churning becomes so tight that you're sure it's going to twist into a funnel and touch the ground. As she drops her arms, with one pointing to the newly covered grave. With a mighty crack, though not as loud as it should be, and not by a long shot, a bolt of lightning fires down from the heavens, charring the ground, almost like a spider web. And where that lightning struck, a sprout pokes through the charred soil. And within 30 seconds, a small tree stands. And after a minute, by the time the crowd starts to disperse, a lovely, mature maple with purple leaves and twisty, thick branches stands at the heart of this town for all to see and for all to rest beneath. As the crowd starts to disperse, the woman starts to walk towards you, Scylla, her eyes intent and fixed on yours. And above you, day flashes by into night, into day, into night, into day, over and over again, until the ground is aflame, the town gone, the people worse. Still, she walks towards you, lightning bolts sparking from her eyes, full-sized ones, in her hand a massive platinum sword. As she walks forward, the flames die down, and the clouds roll in low behind her, thick and ominous. Scylla, you are in danger. You need to wake up. And it's cold. It's dark. You're moving. Your legs are sore. Roll me a wisdom saving throw, Scylla.
Okay.
Scylla. You got this.
I got this. I
Your
can do
little
this.
blue friend Syl is rooting on from the ways.
It's all uphill from
23.
the natural one. Yay!
Perfect. You shake your head. You're not coming out of sleep. This was deeper. Something sedative. Like the type of thing they'd give to the soldiers when they get hurt, but healers were sparse. You're being dragged across the sand with difficulty by a large figure who has hold of a rope connected to the rope that is binding your hands together over your head. Roll me a perception check, Scylla.
So my hands are bound overhead, and I'm kind of being like held.
Kind of drug along.
Okay, drug. You said
Yeah.
perception?
Yeah.
$16.
Not bad, not bad, not bad. You see the man carrying you, or pulling you. He's a large boulder of a man. Well, actually, I mean, he's kind of made out of rock. You've seen a few islanders who've been similarly constructed in your travels. He's an earth genasi, for lack of a better word. Just a brick shithouse of one.
Yeah.
He's got a makeshift sword on his side and a crude, looks like a battle axe sized thing, but it's kind of a piece of metal scrap connected to a piece of another metal scrap. It's uneven and jagged looking, very improvised. You see that he's walking with a limp. His left leg is definitely hurt as he struggles to pull you up the hill. You're kind of like going up a slight incline into a, looking around, there's ruins or walls or something like 3-4 foot tall around you, but doesn't look like anything else going on. What you doing?
I'm You know what? I'm going to make life harder for him. You know how, like, when a toddler will kind of go limp and it's harder to drag them?
Yeah.
I'm actually going to try and, like, catch my feet on some of the rocks nearby and just kind of pull and offer a little resistance just to be a dick.
Oh yeah. He does not. Well, let me make sure. Give me just a second.
Oh man, this corpse.
Yeah, he does not realize that you are awake yet. So as you start to try and like hook your foot around rocky outcroppings and whatnot, he's just struggling even further, and he's just there's strain on the rope, and he's like, "God, these blasted things."
Gotcha. And then I'm gonna try and time it right before he goes for like a big heave. I'm actually gonna rush into him if I can.
Absolutely. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. However you'd like to do that. Do you have? You don't have. Do you have anything that?
Do either athletics or an unarmed attack, since it's kind of like a shoulder butt.
Yeah, make me an unarmed attack. As we kind of get this thing going, and
Alright.
just also to let you know, the way your sword works is it is summonable even in this moment.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, absolutely, go for it, man.
That's a 26 to hit him.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And he's not expecting it at all. You catch him with the full weight of your body, like
Put my shoulder right in the middle of his back.
hell yeah. He and he sprawls. He is going to make a save to see if he can stay on his feet, because this is fun. He sprawls and face plants.
Cool. Before he can get up, I'm gonna rush forward and put one of my feet right in the middle of his back so he can't get up.
Okay, cool. We will call that a grapple, so make me an athletics check, sir.
Yep. Oh, that's good. 21.
21, heck yeah. And he's going to contest it with athletics as well. Oh, shit. You go to put your foot down and he jukes out of the way. Scylla, roll me, well, hold on just one second. Let's see. Roll me initiative, Scylla.
Okay.
Ooh. Rough. Oh, way better.
Boom.
It's reversed. Scylla's got the advantage.
Oh, well, I mean, Scylla always had the advantage here. You guys fought these things.
Oh yeah. But now you have to deal with a severe handicap.
This guy is rolling prone on the floor to avoid you, Scylla. It is your turn.
All right. I'm gonna give a nice solid kick straight at his ribs.
Okay, roll me an unarmed strike.
Oof. Not great.
12 misses. He's able to continue rolling. He's annoyingly slippery in the sand.
Kick him
Gotcha.
again.
Well, extra attack. Here comes another one.
Whoop his ass.
25.
25 gets him. Hell yeah. You see which direction he's going. He can't stop in time. Hell yeah.
Nice. 5 damage.
5 damage. Heck yeah. Anything else, ma'am?
Just kind of yell at him, like, "Who are you? What do you want with me? What are we doing here?"
He looks up at you, and he jukes out from underneath you, kicks off the sand and rights himself, pulls the sword off of his left hip and slings the axe over his shoulder and bangs them together. Looking at him now, you can see he is a wide fella. He's got a chin strap beard and a gold tattoo from his middle of his chin all the way up to his forehead. Even goes further actually, but he's got a cloak hood pulled up. Oh, little challenge. He likes them when they've got some fire in their belly. And he's gonna make a couple attacks against you, Scylla. He's gonna come at you with his, Which one is this first? First is the axe. Not a good attack roll, but oh shit, that's a natural 20.
Oh, this session, man. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's something. This is, thankfully he's only doing this one-handed, so let's just get this out of the way. Really low roll, 3 plus 8, 13 slashing damage to you, sir. With that attack. It could have been a tremendous amount worse, but he is not actually good at using the axe that he found. And then his short sword. The short sword comes in with a 22 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, and that will be for 9 slicing damage. And that is his turn. It is on you again, Scylla.
Alright, you said 9. Alright, well, if we're doing this with blades, then sword is out and haste has been cast.
Hell yeah. Real quick, in this exact moment,
Yes.
Shalla and Liam both on the boat, you are close enough that you get that momentary flash of memories that Scylla you also get in this moment, but it goes away instantly, and it is still your turn.
Alright.
Like, we got those same memories that he experienced?
Just the normal one that you guys get, the flash of erupting earth and storms.
Cool. 22 to hit?
22 definitely hits, hell yeah.
Okay. It's going to be 16 damage on the first attack.
Hell yeah.
Second attack. Oh, wait. Did not mean to click advantage. Oh, well.
Oh well. Either of those hit, so you're good.
Okay. Alright, and versatile.
Ooh. Another 16.
And then, yeah.
Heck yeah.
And then as my other action, what can I'm going to cast Bless on myself. But no.
Cast it
Bane
on
on
him.
him.
Oh, I was going to say, cast Bless on him.
No, sorry. Yeah, I'm going to cast Bane on him, so it's a D4 subtracted from attack rolls and saving throws.
Heck yeah. And I have to make a charisma save, which is hilarious. How's a 3 sound? Sounds like a failure.
Yeah, I think I like the sound of that.
Heck yeah. Hell yeah. Anything else good where you're at?
No, I give him the 2 cuts across the midsection, then I reach my hand out and bop him on the forehead for Bane.
Just whack. Bad. Hell yeah. He is gonna follow that up with a snarly yell and gonna try his luck again. Does a 20 hit you, sir?
20 does.
Okay, and that'll be for 8.
Okay.
Yep. It's so goofy that it rolls 8 slicing damage there. And then he's going to try the short sword for a 19 to hit you.
19 hits.
Okay. 6 damage.
Alright.
And that is his turn. It's on you, Scylla.
Okay, and I'm actually going to hit him with a second level electrostatic backlash.
Ooh, go
after
for
the
it.
last one.
Yeah. That's a dex save.
Yes, please.
He's good at him, but it'll still be half damage.
Cool.
Ooh. good damage.
He rakes it right across my scales, and lightning goes right back up his sword and catches him in the arm.
Hell yeah, we're gonna call that 11 damage. And he is barely on his feet, and you are up, Scylla.
Alright, tell you what, I'm going to try and grapple and pin him and put on the ground.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Because I need to get some answers out of this guy.
Hell yeah, roll me an athletics check.
Okay.
Go, 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 go.
7. Ooh, yeah, that's really, really good. He is gonna try and contest
Remember
it.
Bane.
Yep. He's grappled.
Yeah.
He's struggling.
Yeah,
with it.
I've got him on the ground, arm behind the back, like pressure on the wrist.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
And I'm gonna ask him some questions.
Alright, go for it.
Does he seem to be compliant or willing to answer?
He is struggling against you with everything, but he can't get any good leverage.
Alright, so I don't do this enough to really cause massive damage, but with a free hand, I'm going to grab him by the hair and just like smack his face on the ground real hard.
Oh, hell yeah.
Just to get his attention. Like,
roll me
need you to focus on me.
Roll me intimidation with advantage. I love it.
I mean, you did just beat the shit out of this man. Like,
he is
with
near death.
zero. Yeah, with like 0 armor and Jesus, this guy had no chance.
Yeah, that'll do
24.
it. That'll do it.
This dude's gonna pee himself.
What do you want to know?
First, who are you?
Name's Crum.
Crom, C-R-O-M?
K-R-U-M.
Here, Crom, okay. Crom. Are you as dumb as you look, Crom?
Some say dumber.
Well, that could be good for me. What are you doing with me?
Taking you to the boss. The boss wants you. He wanted your boat, but you was good enough.
And who is your boss?
Roll me a persuasion or intimidation check.
Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, we're doing intimidation. That's a lot higher.
I mean, go with what you know, right?
Yeah.
11? You know.
I mean, I could put my sword through his head.
He'd kill me if I told you, but I think that ship sailed one way or another. Name's Luca.
And what does Luca want with me?
Luca wants the boat. Y'all are extra. Luca likes extra.
Gross.
Luca likes extra. Okay. And
And looking
And,
down at his leather armor that he's wearing, Scylla, you can see they're very similar to how the Moanwians back in Winunawa are. His armor is very piecemeal. Most of it's been dyed black, but it's like cobbled together from scraps of leather that he's found here and there, save for one piece directly over his heart. You can see a piece that's been branded almost. It looks like the shape of a skull with a wilted flower rising up out of one of the eye sockets. But he, other than that and his shitty weapons that clearly have some type of magical enchantment keeping them together, he does not have anything on him.
Gotcha. Well, I go through and I take all of his weapons from him, and I kind of kit them on myself as best I can.
Heck yeah, heck yeah. And he's thrashing. He's like, listen, Luca gets what he wants. It's just the way of the desert.
Well, tell you what, you're gonna take me to Luca. This time, however, this time I will be in control of the situation. And I take the rope and I tie his hands behind his back, and I actually incorporate part of his armor into it too, to where he can't just, jerk me around by his hands. It's actually tied to him.
I gotcha. Roll me a dexterity or sleight of hand.
Yeah, that'd probably be sleight of hand. I can do an okay couple of knots.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's been a while since hostage taking school, but
Lars is a weird place, man.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hey, you gotta be prepared to deal with threats, man.
For sure. For just 1 second, we're going to cut away from Scylla here, and we're going to fly across the desert an unknown amount of time and space to the Dane's Gambit, where
Cool,
the rest... there you go. The rest of you guys have gathered after searching the boat. What's up?
Hey, Corbin.
Yes. What's up?
You know if we got a bucket downstairs?
I don't know, but I'm sure we could find one.
Go get it, please, if you'd be so kind.
Hey, Georgie, you want to go grab that bucket for me?
Liam, my man.
Liam arises, looking deeply haunted and everything, and he says, apologies for my prolonged absence. Much to tell, very little time. However, I felt the sense of certain doom approaching, and so that took me out for a period of time.
It's good to have you awake, buddy. Now I need to ask you a very important question.
Yes, what is it?
How good are you at breaking bones?
With my bare hands or with the hammer? It's more fun with the bare hands.
Both. Doesn't really matter.
I will do it quite well with both.
Okay, good to know. Shalla, dear.
Yes.
You can, make electricity with come out of your hands.
Yes.
Can you tone it down just enough so that it doesn't hurt, kill a man? Just like a tiny bit.
We're torturing a man.
Considering they just sacked our boat and stole one of our friends, I'd say kindness is off the table.
Are we...
You should have led with that.
Should we not have Shalla scrying?
I was gonna lead into that. You think you can get a read on where Scylla's at, Shalla?
Have I had a long rest, or have I still just...
Oh yeah, this interrupted us.
It did.
Yeah.
I will say, roll me an Arcana check, Shalla.
Guidance.
With guidance.
Awesome.
It's the 8-foot-tall man puts his hand on your head and says, "Good job."
You're gonna do a great job. I'm just gonna...
Liam's guidance is more just like a reassuring hand on the back, and his chest glows with that divine energy. And you can see that shard within his chest from below through the glow.
Oh yeah. 12 with a D4 on top of that, Shalla. 14. Perfectly serviceable. In this moment, I think You wouldn't have any reason to know otherwise, but you're pretty confident as long as you have a 5th level spell slot available. You can probably use the orb to scry again.
Yeah, the other question was, should we scry after the one who ran away? Or Scylla first?
Scylla takes priority. She's one of us. We need to know where she's at. Then it's just a matter of sending Mira to open up a line of communication and taking it from there.
Sounds good.
In the meantime, we need to figure out. Shalla can scry where Scylla is, but unless we want to go off vague road maps, we need to know what direction that this fucker was taking them in.
Haven't had the pleasure to talk to a Fae before.
I'm sure their boats just break just as easily. Ah, thank you, George, for the bucket. All right, I'm just gonna fill this up with some sand real quick.
Sandboarding.
What's the sand for?
Yep, I'm gonna try something new today. I don't strictly need these guys to be able to talk to get information out of them. Magic's fun that way. I'm just gonna lazily mage hand the bucket off the side of the boat and just scoop up enough and just bring it back to my hand. Okay, there we go. This'll do nicely. Okay, awesome.
Heck yeah. While you're doing that, Shalla, if you want to, you're more than willing to, or more than able to scry if you have that spell slot.
Okay.
Yeah, as you kind of take a seat there at the edge of the little cabin up on deck, with the Whispering Veil resting in your lap, your eyes kind of cloud over and electricity sparks from your fingers to the glass, and you're elsewhere, and you're looking over the dark night of the desert, but you can see clearly thanks to your goggles that you have. Roll me a perception check, Shalla.
Guidance lasts a minute. If it hasn't been a minute, Shalla would still have guidance.
Cool,
Sure, I'll throw a d4 on that. Let's see if I can hit 30.
Yeah, let's get 30. Let's do it.
Never mind. I did not see the 30 part.
Oh.
No. We want to see this happen. 27.
Hey.
Damn.
Damn.
It was just a...
I had the Baldur's Gate mindset when it comes to guidance.
Hell yeah. The orb is learning, Shalla. The orb is progressing a little bit more for you, and it's always been able to do a little bit more than the confines of the spell should be able to do. You've always been able to tweak it in just these certain ways, and normally when you scry on a person, it shoots you 10 foot over their head. Here in this moment, it's like Ira can tell what you're looking for, and instead of hindering you, she's helping you forward. And you see not 10 feet above Scylla, but you can see Scylla clear as day, in her underwear, swinging her sword at a random large fellow in the desert. And you can see the Gambit about 250 feet away in the desert. They're off in
And I can tell which direction?
You can tell which direction. You can tell the way that the boat is facing. They're off about 250 feet to your southeast in a rocky area that looks like a pass-through or something like that. You can see them clear as day.
Cool.
And Scylla does clearly look to be having the upper hand in this situation with a 27 on the perception check.
Nice.
But by the time you flash back aboard the deck of the Gambit, Chet, I believe you have completed your task of filling your sand bucket.
Just like just about to take the tiny bit of water to make it kind of slurry. What'd you find, Shalla?
I know where Scylla is.
Oh,
I saw her.
Do you know
and
what
I
direction?
saw the Gambit, so... Yes. What direction? Did you say the direction?
Yes, so it's southeast, so it's kind of the way you all have been traveling, but then off to the left a little bit. You can see it's like the only place
so
around.
a little to the left of where we've been heading.
Just kind of dumps out the bucket on the side. Well, that solves that. Hey, Mira, do you think you could start heading out that direction to see if you can find Scylla?
She nods and bolts off the side of the boat and streaks into the night.
All right, she should be there relatively soon.
250 feet. What's her movement speed? With a dash?
Her movement speed... in bird form, it is 60 feet, so it's 120 feet dashing.
Cool. So she's there in, like, 10 seconds. Scylla, as you're getting this fella trussed and tied up, you quickly see zipping into your periphery the slight glowing red form of the weird creature that Jet carries around and talks to. You see show up in a flash.
Yep, and I'm going to activate Voice of the Chain Master, and I'm going to say, aren't you a sight for sore eyes? You alright?
And Scylla, you can fully respond. Yeah.
You're muted, because I can absolutely hear you. I can see and hear what you're doing. But I think, yeah.
Sorry about that. I had
Nah, it's all
some
good.
background noise. I had to mute me.
Oh, you're
Cool. I'm doing fine. Can't say as much for our friend here.
Yeah.
How far? Like, I never even bothered to look around for the ship. Is it within eyesight, or do I have to look for it or ask about it?
You would not be able to see it where you're at. You're in a roll me a intelligence check, Scylla. Roll me it with advantage because you're from an advanced civilization-ish. You're from an established civilization that has technology. Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah. What you are standing in looks like the remains of an aqueduct system or some type of irrigation. So you're standing in a area that is lower than the ground level of the entire area. You're like in a washed out riverbed or something. So there are rocks that are rising up on all sides of you pretty much, and you're in a channel that snakes its way south. So you can't quite make anything out from where you're at.
Oh, shit. Jake, how do I drag Gamira onto the map?
Don't worry about it. We don't
okay, cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't trip.
Okay,
Yeah.
All right. Well. Oh, sorry.
How do I get back to you guys?
Oh, I mean, you could just follow Mira. She could take you back to the ship.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
And like I said, because you guys are going the same, you guys.
Yeah, I imagine we would have turned around at this point.
Well, you're not actually. You're pretty much just continuing on the same path, and still is able to intersect you guys.
Okay.
And so, what do you suggest I do with this guy?
Does he look important?
Not particularly.
Wait, can I? I'm just gonna have Mira float and just take a look at this guy to see if I can find any details that stand out to me.
Roll me.
He says he works for Luca, and he was taking me to him because I'm some sort of peculiarity he'd be interested in.
Uh,
Oh, that's weird. Hold on. What do I need to roll?
roll me a Mira investigation.
You got it. It's a flat roll.
Hey, but
That is a
good
15.
one. Good flat roll.
Hey.
Nothing special. Piecemeal armor as he's kind of like thrashing against the bonds under Scylla's foot. Piecemeal armor. You get a look at the sigil over the breast. And it doesn't look any different than I described to Scylla. A skull with a flower coming out of the eye socket.
Weird. Yeah, but I mean, compared to the other chuckle fucks we've been dealing with, this guy is a weird kind of armor. I say take him with you. You might have some useful info for us. Plus, I don't really like the. How far out are we from the town we just came from?
We are 18, 20 hours away.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that these guys are within a days.
Our destination.
Liam, roll me a survival check, sir.
We
Awesome.
good at survival.
Hey.
17.
17.
Nice.
Probably a day and a half, 2 days tops if you make
Okay.
good time.
Cool.
Yeah, Scylla, you're more than welcome to bring him with you.
Yeah. Also tell him. Wait. Let me help you out real quick. I'm gonna have Mira perch on this guy's shoulder and point the stinger at his throat. Is helpful?
His eyes go
That
wide.
helps.
It helps a ton.
Okay, cool. Oh, by the way, I know you can hear me, so if you give this one any trouble, you know how bad poison is for you, bud? I'm sure you do. So let's not try anything.
Heck yeah. So yeah, within I'd say probably 10 minutes of walking with him, getting him encouraged along, you're able to get back to the Gambit, and they're able to get the rope ladder tossed over the side for you, and you're able to get the pair of you on board with some assistance.
Nah. Well, looks like we have a guest, and silly me, I didn't have time to clean up. Kind of points toward the other dudes.
Just 1 second, I'll get you guys all over here to where we belong.
Man, you picked the absolute worst one of us to kidnap. Like, I gotta tell you, the 7-foot-tall dragon lady, whose idea was that?
Yeah, I'm honestly kind of impressed.
I'm impressed that you managed to not only take her down off the boat, but drag her about 10 minutes away. What's your cardio like, man?
I'm impressed.
I mean,
Right?
I would be more angry if it wasn't such an inept attempt, but...
Yeah, I mean, that could have been.
Are
Yeah,
they all like tied up at the moment?
I imagine we can find some rope.
Interesting
For this
point of
guy.
order. The two that you guys have incapacitated, no one has secured, so they are still unconscious, thankfully.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to tie them up and. Okay, I'm going to tie them up. I'm going to get the alchemy jug out.
Oh boy.
It's not.
Oh, dear.
How
Time to mayonnaise them.
Yeah.
how
Sorry.
wounded?
Oh,
How wounded are they?
The half orc looking fella, he was dead, and then Vargo gave him a little bit of hit points, so he's at like 11. The other two are the one that Scylla brought aboard. He's got some fight left in him, and the female is sitting at 1 hit point.
Awesome.
Okay, so all of them are pretty badly wounded and tied up, correct?
Correct.
I mean, we secured it.
Okay. I'm going
Yeah.
to use my alchemy jug and uncork the one of salt water, and then pour salt water on both of them so the salt water gets into their wounds to wake them up.
Yeah, I like this guy. I like the way he thinks. Hold on, I'm gonna get the bucket just real quick.
Oh, God.
Starting out mean.
Just in case. Well, we're about to get meaner. So. Hey, I get to use my bucket after all.
I
a
take my
miracle.
hands as I'm holding Georgie, and I put my hands over his eyes to make sure he's not looking. But just go ahead.
Yeah.
Tuck back into your shell for this one, buddy.
He fully does.
The following is just
The
turns
following is-
toward the turns
Following
toward the
is not
camera.
intended for children.
Your discretion advised.
Oh,
Anyway. Da, 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 da. I'm just dancing with this bucket full of sandy slurry. Oh, this is gonna be something.
Hey, and you're sitting there, you're smoking, stuck in the middle with you, playing in the back.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Mr. Black.
Also,
how are you
before
today?
before we get too much into the interrogation,
Torture?
I do want to ask. Do I recognize the symbol on the what was his name? Kruk?
Crumb. Yeah, anybody that has proficiency in religion is more than welcome to make a religion roll.
Interesting.
I do not.
I don't think anybody does.
You can make a history check though, Liam. I will let you do that.
Okay.
Hey.
I do not have
proficiency in religion.
Oh, you do? Oh wow.
I do not
go for
have
it.
proficiency in
still rolled-
history either.
That's fine
Terrible.
though. You can still roll the history
Do that.
check. We're just memorizing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, I didn't think anybody did, but color me surprised.
hell yeah.
13.
I love it. I love it to see it. Liam with a 13 on the history check.
I had a 23 on it.
You sure did. With a 13 on a history check, Liam, this, contrary... What in the hell? Contrary
I
to...
set my phone down.
Oh, you're good.
It's the alarm spell.
Contrary to what a lot of people think, the desert is not empty. And there's actually a lot of groups that you are aware of out in the desert. This is one, but you don't recognize the heraldry, for lack of a better word, on it. Corvin, interestingly enough, I would say, with your dad being Stormlord of Perigee Point, you've had access to a number of texts growing up that your average person wouldn't.
And the ability to read.
In Onstria, that's not too unheard of.
Okay.
But yeah, with a 23, you recognize this as the symbol of Kravis the Ruin Carver. He is a kind of a theorized god from the text that you read. You know that they're a entity that stands apart from the normal pantheon of gods like Corellia, not Corellia. Wait, no, Corellia is the Austrian god, yeah, and Nimbus and Lua. This is something different entirely, but unmistakably that is his sigil that you see there.
What is his name again?
Kravis the Ruin Carver.
I look at Liam and I go, "You're from around here. Do you recognize that rune? Or that sigil?"
Unfortunately, do not. However, there are many rats that live in this desert, and I believe this might be one who scurried this way.
This particular one belongs to Kravis the Rune Carver.
Have I heard that name before?
You can roll me a religion check now, sir, and see what
Okay.
we get.
I was looking
And
at that one.
anybody else that's not Corvin can also roll a religion check based on that new information, just in case you're curious.
15.
15.
15.
Why not?
I gotcha. We'll see what the rest of the gang gets here. Just one second.
That is a 10. I am thinking about other things.
17-ish.
17-ish. I gotcha.
I remember seeing this sigil many times in my runes class.
I love that Shalla rolled a 22 on that check. I think in this moment, Shalla, the closest I can give you is a it sounds really familiar. It sounds so familiar that you're sure you've heard it before, but I kind of think you might not have. It's one of those situations there, but between Scylla and Liam and between Scylla and Liam, I think you guys Liam, you don't really know where this information has come from, and Scylla, you do. You had, your traditional upbringing in Ulara. Kravis is he is a force of a force of unchecked power. Represents the idea that everything in existence must consume something else to survive. They're the embodiment of destruction, and corruption, and decay.
They're a plague.
They're the concept behind a plague.
So what I'm hearing is that these guys are bad news.
Gotta pull you away from the vineyard one more time, buddy.
Okay, well, it's about time we wake these guys up and get some information. Because, like I said, I kind of turned towards Shalla. I don't feel comfortable with these guys being so close to the town.
We're gonna wake them up one at a time, though.
Yeah.
Okay, and Liam's got his thing of salt water handy to do that if you...
So let's do this first. Let's separate them. So we'll keep our familiars with them, or you can have your familiar keep an eye on them so we know exactly what's happening. That way, if they say anything, your familiar can be a caterpillar or something.
Oh, I was just thinking we wake them up one by one, and then...
yeah, but you never know.
Well, I'm just saying, seeing their unconscious friends kind of gives them a sense of hopelessness, that they're kind of alone, and no one's going to help them.
What you're saying. If they do all end up waking up, though, that should be the plan. Have Mira go down in one of the rooms now, take a very small, unassuming, hidden form like a fly, an ant, something like that, something tiny, and have her hide. So if anything happens in there, we've got an eye in the sky.
Oh, I was gonna have her sit on that, like one of their shoulders, like just an added threat that hey, if you fuck up, your friends might be dead.
Okay.
All right.
Mechanics question.
Yeah.
All right. Let's.
What's up, Will?
If you automatically fail a saving throw if you're unconscious.
Yes.
Okay, sweet.
Well,
a
dexterity or a constitution saving throw automatically. A wisdom saving throw, they still have a chance to at disadvantage. But
how about charisma?
Oh, charisma's autofail. They can't talk.
Amazing. So I'm going to cast Zone of Truth on them now, so they all auto-fail the save, so that they have to speak truthfully. No matter what.
We don't even need cause fear. That's perfect.
That means we have to, though, right?
Okay.
That does, I believe, mean that everybody does need to roll a charisma save.
How about if he aims it at the back and we're on the outside of the spell, speaking into it?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
That's what well, let me pull up a
Actually,
30.
Actually, you know what?
Here.
Can I willingly fail that saving throw? Just out of curiosity. I don't want to lie to you.
You can, Jed, but hold tight. Let's see what, he's cooking.
Let's see what he's cooking.
Only one who would be affected is the imp.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, she can move out of that way. Absolutely, we can do this.
Cool.
Yeah, so they are compelled to tell the truth. You have the half orc on the left side, the drow female in the middle, and then the earth genasi on the right.
Let's see. Eeny, meeny, miny.
This one's going to be right in there just because it looks warm.
This one was given off some lip.
I will say, if you enter the sphere, you do have to make the save.
Oh, I know. I'm going to choose to fail, if that's possible. I'm not going to lie to these guys.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Okay.
I have no reason to.
I go in guard on these two.
Gotcha. And Jed, which one are you waking?
I'm waking up the one on the right, who's given still a lip.
Okay, cool. Hell yeah.
I'm gonna have Mira perch on his shoulder, so if he gets any fucking funny ideas, he's instantly going night.
Hell yeah.
My spell save DC is 15 if anyone goes in. I will, complete honestly, I will make my charisma saving throw.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
I am also going to ready a walloping arrow in my crossbow.
Gotcha.
Alrighty. What? Wakey, eggs and bakey, just kind of slapping him. He's like, Liam, throw the salt water on his head.
I rolled a nat 1 on my own save.
That's hilarious.
Hey, and you're honest about it.
Nat 1. Hell, at least it wasn't 2 nat 1s at advantage like happened to me last Thursday at Matt's game.
Hell yeah.
400% chance. 400% chance of that happening.
Hell yeah. You guys. Go ahead, Will. Sorry.
Pour the salt water.
Yeah, absolutely. He is immediately woken up and sees the situation laid out before him, and he immediately scooches up against the planks of the railing of the ship, right next to the. And he is right next to the edge, just so that you guys can keep that in mind. And he looks over his shoulder and clocks that.
He looks over his shoulder and sees Mira staring back at him, just waving. Hello.
It's the straight Avengers waking up low-key moment where all of them are standing behind.
Yeah.
So if someone started, yeah.
Liam pipes up and looks down at the half orc and basically says, "Let me tell you how this is going to go. I can't promise that you are not going to walk. You're going to walk out of your life. Let me give you some facts. There are 206 bones in your body. You only need one to talk. So I'm fine to break as many as I need to get the information we need. We're not going. Again, I can't guarantee your safety.
Liam, my friend, you were actually slightly incorrect about something. We don't need any of his bones. I can just beam stuff into his mind. We don't need his job.
What do you guys want from me?
The grown-ups are talking. I'm going to turn towards Liam. You want to take the lead on this? This is your house. Just kind of pointing to the desert.
Liam nods and says, "Question 1: Who do you work for?"
I told the dragon lady I work for Luca.
Yeah. Well, why don't you try telling us who Luca is?
You don't know? Everybody knows Luca.
No. So, best start telling us, or kind of drops the bucket in front of him.
He looks at the bucket.
I'll give you.
You know what's in there?
Oh,
Salt water and sand. You ever drowned in salt water and sand? It's very unpleasant.
What were you saying there, Mr. Liam?
Yeah, I'm trying to make things easier for him.
I got you.
So, that was your first warning. You'll get 2 more. First warning, Be more specific. If we don't like an answer, if we think it's going to be too specific, every single one past that's one vote.
Tavern from outside goes, treat us like we're from out of town. All right, I'm still holding my crossbow. Indulge us. Who is this guy?
Paint us a picture.
Pretty damn clear here from out of town. Luca is the Lord of the Crumble.
Keep going.
The Crumble. You don't know what the Crumble is?
No, dipshit. We're not.
Like
Just keep
part
going.
of a pie.
Just keep going, man.
Yes.
Crumble is the best part of the pie.
Hey, Liam, buddy, I need you to do me a favor.
No, he didn't tell a lie, but he looks at you and says, the Crumble is our group. We scour the desert for doodads and bits and bobs so that we can hold on. Now I'm talking. You're talking to me. I'm talking to you. We preserve the order of things that all must eventually turn to dust.
Yeah, just don't mind me here. Just keep going. 'Cause I have a feeling this rambling is gonna go somewhere.
Have I heard of the Crumble before?
Roll me a history check, Mr. Liam.
I don't like people who talk to me in exposition.
You're asking him for exposition.
Hey, I asked him for the name of his boss, not a fucking.
Ask for yes or no questions.
Yeah.
Any questions.
10 seconds.
What does your boss or the Crumble want with us in this ship?
Ship's quite interesting as it's floating on air, not water. He wants to see how it works.
And how long? Oh, sorry, go.
So we could do a whole lot with a flying ship.
And just a quick question. How long ago did you find out that we had a flying ship?
About
Did you just see us going through the desert? Thought, hey, that'd be a fun idea to have a flying ship.
he looks like he's like frustrated, like he wants to not tell you, but 12 minutes before we climb on board.
Are you actually kidding me? You're that fucking stupid. Oh my, he just kind of pinches the bridge of his nose. I'm embarrassed for you. Jesus.
Do what we gotta
Like
do
you just-
in the desert to survive.
Did you not think for a second about who might be flying around on a ship that levitates? Oh my god. Yeah, Liam, keep talking. This guy, I'm sad I woke you up first. You are just, you were just bumming me out, dude.
Can I shoot him yet?
No,
Come
What other
on.
information do we need?
not quite. Liam, do you want to ask him anything else?
What else? What other information do we need?
Well, let's start with how many people are in this little crumble of yours. I want numbers.
He looks to his side and sees his compatriot sitting there, and if this is all that's left of us here,
Yeah.
maybe 25 left at the crumble.
Okay. All right.
So
Now,
we'll
see
be able
this.
to crumble what remains of your.
So is the crumble a place?
Yeah, why'd you pick that name? What?
Crumble's a place, crumble's a ideal. It all
Yeah,
crumbles.
okay.
Where
What's?
is your base?
Yeah,
Tell us that.
that was the next question.
He points the direction the boat's going. Best
you
I
have a
can.
map handy.
No, ain't nobody out here got a good map anyways. No, we travel by the stars.
What do you look for when find if you were to describe how to find your base or your whatever, the crumble, to someone who has never been there before? I want you to describe that to us now.
It's an old ruin. Covered in sand. About a hard day and a half's walk down from here.
Does that sound like the one we were planning on going to?
Shalla, it sounds exactly like what you'd seen through the Whispering Veil yesterday when you were scrying.
Okay. I'll share that.
Well,
You
lucky
believe
you.
can get us there?
So
Yeah.
you're...
No. You were saying something, Liam?
No, Liam's placing a couple things together in his head and just kind of begins grinning.
Huh.
Twer't nothing personal, we just wanted the boat. We would have let you go. Well, given you an option at least to join us, or crumble.
So
What
then
is-
why was someone
what
trying
is-
to stab me in my sleep?
Yeah, that's another thing I want to know. And I really hope you have information because it benefits, points towards Shalla, points towards myself, would benefit the both of us. Who the fuck was that elf lady? Because she, not to, actually, yeah, I'm going to directly shit on your little operation. She was far, in a way, more powerful than all you guys put together.
I don't know. Aside from her, there's no elf woman with us. What does she look like?
I'm going to use minor illusion to make a miniature copy. So I did get up close and see her face.
I gotcha. He sees that, and his eyes go wide, and he is gonna roll on the deck, and hit the ground below 30 feet down with a crack that snaps his neck.
Can I Misty step down to try and catch him?
Not
Before he
as a reaction, sir.
Damn it.
He is.
Oh, wait.
Why we always tie our prisoners.
Well,
I do
that's
have-
the corner of the ship that was damaged. It's the.
I have.
cast Featherfall on him.
Ooh.
You could.
Oh!
As a reaction, I cast Featherfall on him as he floats to the ground.
Okay.
And Mira is.
And he is still tied, correct?
Yeah, and Mira's following him, so he's not gonna get far.
He wasn't trying to escape,
Alright.
but yeah.
No.
He was just terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, he's trying to kill himself. Jesus.
All right, I cast Featherfall. Let me
Okay.
spell signs.
Cool. He is
Nice.
still alive.
Nice save, Corvin. Are we done, fucking around? Okay, we gotta get down there and get him up back
I go
up.
flying down to him, so I
Ah.
sprout my wings.
Cool. Roll me a con save.
All right.
And Corvin just MVP today.
I say, George, keep an eye on these two. If they try to move, bite their toes off. No joke. They're
Oh.
just as good as wood.
He just shakes his head, but he just watches them.
Alright.
All right, let me make sure that I get that cast. Did it come through in the chat?
It doesn't need to. You're fine. Just mark it
Okay.
off the slot. You're good.
That's what I'm trying to figure out how to do from the sheet here. But
No worries. And yeah, it doesn't.
Oh, con save.
Yeah.
I swear I'm not an old guy who doesn't know how to do this. There it is.
Ooh, really good. You're perfectly fine. Yeah, perfectly fine.
Okay.
So yeah, you're able
to
you're able to retrieve him right away.
I fly down and I land next to him and I go, oh, we're not done with you yet, buddy. We got a few more questions for you. I grab him, fly back up, say, hold that until we get you back. And I drop him off outside, like with me standing outside of the zone of truth, I shove him back into it.
And as you do that, I stomp my foot down on his chest.
Oh, nice.
In an attempt to like grapple him.
Okay, roll me an athletics check, sir.
I'm gonna slowly pick up the bucket and start circling around his head.
Oh yeah.
I told you, buddy, that was a bad move.
Yeah.
And I go ahead and I fire a walloping arrow right into his ribs.
Okay, he's unconscious again.
His ribs, not his head. His
it's
ribs.
a arrow, Rich. It's
You're gonna knock him. You're gonna knock him out.
A walloping arrow.
It doesn't not do damage though. It's
okay. Well then I won't fire the walloping arrow.
Buddy.
He'd have to be a 27.
Yeah, he can't. So he's just
buddy, where you going, buddy? The party's still here. It's still happening. And that was exactly the reaction that I was hoping for. Now, my buddy Liam's got you real tight, and I just happen to have this bucket, this bucket right here with me. It's just a little bit heavy. Who knows what would happen if it tilts over? So, what you're gonna do is you're gonna tell me everything, and I do mean everything you know about that woman. Because if you don't, then you're gonna find out real quick what liquid sand tastes like.
I just want you to understand you are threatening me with the thing that I'm made out of. But
we can do much worse.
Do you not understand that there's water mixed in there, buddy? It's not a lot of water in the desert, is there?
More than you think.
You know what?
Look, just listen,
what do you mean by that?
You're getting caught up on the wrong
punch him in the
thing.
back of the head.
Listen, I'm not trying to fuck with you all. I don't know much. We don't live a complicated life out here in the desert. We just take what we need to survive. That's it. That's our mantra. We don't fuck around with no fey goddamn assassins.
I take my other foot and stomp on one of his knees, not answering the question. Who is she?
Yeah.
Doesn't need a name.
What is the damage that your unarmed strike does, Mr. Liam?
Oh god. It is going to be 6 damage.
Okay, he is up still, barely. He's
Need a name.
Why don't we let him take a little nap and talk to one of his buddies?
I don't know her name. I just know that she works around these parts. Highest bidder. You gotta be something special to contact the court. You gotta have done something wrong, real wrong, Missy. If you earned her hire.
Interesting. You see, that's exactly what I wanted to hear. And thank you. You've been such a lamb. I'm so glad I didn't have to drown you in sand. Knock his ass out, Liam.
Listen.
Wait a minute. Before you knock him out, let me ask him one last question.
Alright. I'm done with him.
Which of the three of you are in charge? Holds the highest rank.
Ain't no other rank.
Calls the shots.
There's no shots to be called. There's no rank. We're just scouts.
Someone's got to be heading up the mission.
No.
Someone's got to be in charge.
There is no mission, is what I'm trying to tell you. This was opportunity.
So what you're telling me is that you're all equally useless. Good to know.
I'm telling you that
Good to know.
if you kill us, or Luca kills us, or the damn Fae kill us, we're dead to the desert no matter what. So what the hell does it matter?
Well, you did kind of sour. I was gonna offer you an opportunity, but you probably wouldn't be interested.
Probably not. What do you got?
No, I used to work in the trade as well, doing what you people do. And what if I told you there was... No, more like assaulting people on ships and, just...
First ship we ever assaulted out in the desert.
Right. So, I got this little operation back home. Could use a couple new hands, and you seem like a miserable bastard who doesn't seem to, favor the desert all that well. So, I'm gonna offer you one chance out of this shithole. Somewhere else. All you gotta do is lead us to where these people are. And not only will your life be spared, but you'll have a new opportunity.
If I set foot back in the crumble with you all as enemies, there's no setting foot anywhere else ever again. You can't protect me from Luca.
What if we, ended Luca? Removed him from the equation?
It's a big what if.
But...
How about this?
I'm not finished,
guide
Corbin.
us... Oh, sorry.
I'm asking, if Luca was out of the picture, would that change things?
Hard to say. We're not really followers of the normal type. We're looking for conviction out here. It's a hard life. This is all we've ever known. Just
fair.
Kill us or let us go to the desert. We are not
we're not
taking you
you
to the crumble. They'll kill us. Sure as you will, so it's here or there.
Let's see what your friends think. I'm actually gonna personally knock him out with the knife, just like with the side of the head.
And he's out.
Do I need to roll to attack?
No,
he's out. Okay. All right. Sorry, I didn't mean to. It kind of seemed like we were going in. Sorry. Did you want to say something, Corbin?
Yeah, we're good. But I'm gonna go take him downstairs and.
Yeah. Just we're not killing these guys.
I'm gonna take the immovable rod, stick it in the place where I can make sure he doesn't move, and click it on. Pretty much like I said, like behind something so he can't move from it. Have his hands tied up. Do you know what I mean? Make sure he doesn't move.
I got you.
If that makes sense.
So what's up, Liam?
So Liam looks at everyone else and says, "So are we getting information from these people, or are we letting them be for the time being?"
Well, that guy I think is a dry well at this point.
I think all of them are quite. If there's no leaders among them, then all of them are going to be quite dry wells.
Well, let's not be too hasty.
Yeah, you never know unless
you never know, and I'm exactly where Corbin's at.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to save the immovable rod for one of the guys who's currently up against the railing of the boat. You know how it's got the spindles? The one who we wake up so they cannot do that same jump over the boat and fall thing. I'm going to take the immovable rod through the backside with a piece of the rope coming through in between the spindles, and then I'm going to click it in place. So it's literally... Does that make sense?
It does. I
think of like the pi symbol. It's going to go through. The immovable rod is the top of the pie. The rope is the pieces coming out, and that's tied around to their hands on the opposite side of the railing, so they cannot move.
I mean,
it's like they're literally tied to the railing in an immovable way.
Gotcha. It just seems a little gratuitous because, you could just tie him to the railing, but, I dig it. Yeah.
The last one jumped over. I want to make sure that even if he does go, he make it really hard.
I gotcha.
Okay. I think next up is the lady. Liam, you got the water ready? Okay, yeah, let's wake this one up.
Liam pours the salt water.
She comes awake, thrashing against the rope, fire in her eyes. She's...
Whoa, we got a firebrand. Good morning, sunshine.
Now, again, your life means absolutely nothing to us. We just need information, and you can possibly save your dog water existence.
What help could I possibly be to you?
Show her the photo of the lady.
I'm gonna conjure the image again. You know who this lady is?
Never seen her before. She looks like one of the court.
Yeah, the Court of Dead Flowers. I'm familiar with them.
I'm less familiar. I don't know you either.
Oh, well, she knew me, so it's unfortunate. That's why we go.
What is the crumble?
Yes.
The
Your
crumble.
friend was going on and on about the crumble.
The crumble is our home. The crumble is us. If you talked to a friend of mine, I don't know that I believe you, but this our group.
Yeah, we know that's your group. Just trying to see if we can get any extra information out of you. It's got to be thorough about these things.
Question.
Yeah, you got the floor, Corbin.
What's up?
With her accent, would Corbin recognize her accent as from where she's from?
Not at all.
Okay.
Well, listen, friend. Your other buddy over there wasn't too willing to bring us back to where you guys hang out. So, any chance you could take us to where you're at? Where all your friends are?
What was their boss's name again?
I believe his name was Luca. Luca was his name. It's a very stupid name. Not very intimidating.
Luca, apparently you have talked to one of my counterparts. Luca is our leader. He is the prophet of Kravis. He guides us through the desert, helps us to find things to survive.
What are his weaknesses?
See if he has any.
Shiny things that are valuable. Pretty girls, whatever else is the weakness of any man.
Oh no, we were talking about physical weaknesses, hon.
I've never felt him before.
Where is he located?
Yeah.
Southwest, I don't know where we are.
Are you willing to take us to him for safety?
I do not know where they are. I do not know where we are, so I could not know where to take you.
Well, your friend over there sure seemed to know where.
We know where the crumble is. We do not know where we are.
Well, why don't we help you figure... If we helped you figure out where you were.
On the accent you
I just
have
straight
there.
out tell her. We are this far south and this far from here. That is where you are. I kind of describe how many days journey south from the oasis we are.
I can maybe get you there, but I do not know for certain.
Well,
Can you give me I'm sorry. Can you give us a guiding light? Can you give us a path, can you give us directions? Just from what you think.
I could, but I won't.
And why is that?
Because then my usefulness to you is non-existent.
Oh, cut. That last guy was talking about. We're not gonna kill you, you idiot. What do you think we are? Like, we're not gonna.
Funny accent you have there. Are you from Madigan?
I do not know this place you speak of. Was born and raised here.
What I recognize it.
What is your name?
Oh,
yeah, it's a good.
What are we?
It's a good. Oh, sorry. Yeah, whoever was talking, keep going. Sorry.
What are weaknesses in your base?
It's not. There is not enough of us to defend it well. It is. We do the best we can, but this is a single building, one way in, one way out. You have to attack it from the front if you are silly enough to try.
So burning it down would be an easy option then.
Well, it is stone. There's nothing left to burn, save for furniture.
I get that sneaking suspicion this Luca guy is the only one who, is keeping things together. So it's kind of like a cult in a way. And once you get rid of the cult leader, everything else kind of crumbles.
We would like to prefer you be calling it a high-demand religion, not a cult.
Last time I checked, I'm not the one who's tied up, hun.
Well,
so I'll call it what I want.
Cults have a very specific definition to them, and yours sounds exactly like a cult.
Yeah, sorry.
Well.
Look, if we can guarantee your safety... Oh, sorry, keep going, Leo.
Oh, yo, you go.
Look, if we can guarantee your safety, and I'm saying all three of your safeties, like, no strings attached, I'll even offer you a job. Would that sweeten the deal?
Roll me a persuasion check.
Can I get the health action?
You absolutely can give the health action.
Thank you.
Well, this is going.
Go ahead,
sorry.
Mr. Vargo.
No, go ahead. I was just gonna say, you said that Shalla can cast Scrying again with a spell slot.
She did to find Scylla, so I don't know if she's got any more in her right now.
I have one more.
Oh, no kidding.
I didn't use a quick level spell, so.
Okay. I was gonna say if we wanted to use that on the assassin, I could start piloting the ship. Seems like you guys have this kind of in hand here.
Yeah. Thanks, Fargo.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're southwest, right?
Yeah. The ship is for the most part on the heading, and she assumes that you're going the right direction. She looks at you, Jet, and she's. It is a big chance to be promising, but it is possible that we can come to an arrangement. We are nothing if not flexible.
Fantastic. So much, glad we were able to resolve things peacefully. Do we want to bother getting in from... Oh, sorry.
Can I just ask her real quick? Will your friend to the right have any other information that you may not have that we should know?
She looks
the
over.
The guy who's cold, yeah.
Yeah, she looks over. No, that is Fornik, and he is. We bring him along because he is good at lifting things.
So it's best to leave him asleep.
He is quite physically capable.
So what you're telling me is he's going to try and sucker punch us when he wakes up.
Could you blame him? I will see if I can possibly calm him down.
Yeah, why don't we leave him tied up, and when he wakes up, then you guys can have that conversation. How about that?
Seems as if we do not have a choice.
Yeah. Kinda. So, hey, it's better than being dead, right?
Anything is better than that.
See, I like your attitude compared to that guy. He tried to kill himself.
Why?
He seemed like, I don't know, he just seemed real fanatical about it. He said something about returning to the sand and whatnot.
Was that
Tried
his,
to off himself.
From dust he was born, dust shall return.
that is our mantra, but it is not like him to be... It's not like any of us to be, what had him so afraid? Does he tell Father Luca?
I think he was afraid of the, projects the elf lady in my hand. I think he was afraid of her.
Yes. That is an, I believe that. We do not trifle with the Fae. We can't afford the type. So we try to stay out of the way. They are quite... You said you were the target of her ire? She looks over to you, Shalla.
What was that?
You were the target of her ire?
Yes.
Are you someone important, or what have you done to anger the courts? Or someone
That's actually
who
a good
can
question.
afford their services?
Kind of looks at Shalla like, did you do anything strange in those intervening months? He's like, I didn't see it for a bit.
No.
Okay, then just kind of blinks. Wait, what am I talking about? Shalla wouldn't.
I'm
okay,
a Storm Lord.
Ah.
How many people know that?
That's a good question. Why would they?
Yeah,
Now I really-
after a Storm Lord.
Now I'm pissed that woman got away because she could have solved so much of this.
Jet, roll me a intelligence check. Just a straight up intelligence check.
You got it. You got it, boss man.
And Vargo, roll me a survival check, Vargo, as you start getting the, putting some attention behind the helm.
Which one? I did not know what I rolled. Oh, wait, never mind.
Yeah, you got a, nope, that was
That's a 12.
12. First of all, Mr. Vargo, you get the boat going underway. It appears to be ahead of you, pretty open terrain, nothing to worry about. Jet,
Yes.
with a 12. It is, well, you know the resourcefulness that you possessed when you were a working professional. The fact that an assassin that you know from your part of the world is over here tells you that, you know, something that you kind of already knew, that there are people in this world that don't really care what the distance they have to travel is, as long as they're paid sufficiently. So it's hard to say where she picked up the ire of someone to hire an assassin without at least some more information there.
Yeah, Shalla, I think we're gonna, in order to get to the bottom of this, we're gonna have to find her again. Because I'm gonna be honest, back when I used to do these jobs, they would send me everywhere. Half the time, I wouldn't even know the names of the places they were sending me to. They just shipped me out, and then I was back. So it's probably safe to say she's not from here.
Okay.
Look, yeah, we're gonna get this figured out. We just need to look. She has a hit out on you, so obviously she's gonna have to strike again at some point. We just gotta be ready.
Yes, very light sleeping from now on.
Yeah, it's all right if Mira, stays in your room just in case anything goes wrong.
That is
anymore.
perfectly fine.
All right, yeah. Okay, yeah, that's.
I don't know if another being will appear in my dream to wake me up this time.
Yeah. So if Mira sees anything, she'll give you the heads up. It's hard to detect It's hard to find something that's. It's hard to find an invisible spider. That's all I'm gonna say.
Invisible spiders. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
Right? Were you wanting to scry tonight, Shalla, on her?
Sure.
Yeah, let's try.
I was thinking, if we could determine where she is, I could try to fly that direction first.
Yeah.
I assume she's closer than the crumb.
Yeah, because.
Roll me your spell attack thing, Shalla, because she's got. Then I gotta find her to make a wisdom save.
Spell attack?
Yeah, that's just the number, the dice formula that we need for this.
So what? Oh, there it goes.
And she doesn't have good wisdom. She rolled a natural 20 though, but natural 20 won't help her here because this is not a criticalable thing, and she is subtracting a little bit of something. One tiny second. So as your eyes cloud over, Shalla, and you're suddenly elsewhere, that disorienting flip that you're getting quite accustomed to, you see her from the top. You see the top of her silvery hair in a tight ponytail. She's draped in shadows, standing at the edge of a grand, dimly lit chamber, high in a twisting tower.
Spells.
Her her sharp features are framed by the faint glow of flickering candles that you can see, and her she just kind of is staring out over this balcony off of this tower, and you can see falling bits of white on the breeze that are everywhere. Something you've never even seen before, Shalla, that cover the ground. A few trees that you can see in view of the sensor. None of them have leaves on them. It is cold and different looking. The architecture is even more grandiose and loud than the Austrian architecture. There's twists and curls and just a flair to everything, but it is all gray. Everything is gray.
Can I tell if that's just because of the scrying, or is it just everything's gray there?
Roll me a perception check, sorry. Persuasion. What are we persuading? Just perception.
Persuading the dice to roll nice.
Yeah.
20.
I was almost done that 20.
Oh yeah.
Damn it.
With a 26, you see as your vision sharpens, she isn't the only one in the frame of the scrying sensor right now. Far below the tower, you're looking at this tower and looking at the trees below it, and you're guesstimating that it's maybe 30 foot up in the air that she is standing, and looking down you can see others walking. Here and there, you see a guard. Looks like a town guard. Maybe he's wearing armor and is carrying a shield and a spear. And he's walking around looking kind of bored as he kind of makes a circuit around the delineation between manicured yard and forest of dead wintry trees. And he kind of holds out his hand with his shield, and disturbs a bush as he's walking, and you see these gray, sickly-looking leaves bloom, and their petals spread out and flip and turn a bright neon pink and then flare purple before turning back to gray and mundane.
Okay.
And before too long, your eyes, and she just is standing there quietly regarding the side. I'll also say with a 26 perception, no one else that you can see inside the tower looks like she's there by herself. But your eyes return to normal, and your scrying spell ends.
What'd you see, Shalla?
It was very strange. She was in a tower. It was very, very gray there, and the trees that were there didn't have any leaves on them. And there was some white stuff falling in the sky.
You mean snow?
Sounds like she escaped.
What snow?
It's like cold rain.
Cold rain? We get
Like-
cold rain on that.
Well, picture like rain, but it doesn't fall as hard, and it falls slowly, and it's just as cold.
It's like, you know that ice that you tried in Austria? That ice,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that, except not as hard and falls from the sky.
Oh no, that's hail.
Oh, I think
We
they have
know
hail.
all about hail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Similar to
Anyway.
hail, yeah.
Yeah, kind of like that, except less painful. But that obviously
That
means
would
she's
be
not.
very nice. Yes, she was
Obviously
up
means-
there, and everything was very gray. I've never seen a place like that before. There was just no color,
but-
except when someone was walking around the base of the tower, and he touched a bush, and a flower flared some colors, and then went back to gray.
Okay, so this is what we're dealing with is a person with access to long-range teleportation magic. Because if we're talking snow, there's no way she's in the desert still.
No, it's very much too warm for anything like that here, I think.
I mean,
Yeah,
I mean,
you said I felt cold too, right?
Well, it's chilly right now. It's probably like 50 degrees right now in the desert. Not really any like sense travel through scrying like that necessarily.
Oh, okay.
You know that ice knife you throw? Imagine that pull, frozen, solid ice. That, but lightly falling from the sky like tiny little leaves dancing around in the wind. You can watch it blow, it falls, the air's nice and cold, it feels good to be by a fire. Snow is amazing. It's one of my favorite things and one of the greatest things that I've ever been able to experience in my great life.
thank you, Corbin.
That sounds very nice. I'd like to experience that one day.
Well,
That was a great description of snow to someone who's never experienced it.
Right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's hope that we don't do it while that lady is there, because I get the
No,
feeling
I
that
do
she's
not want
not.
to meet her again.
Unfortunately, Shalla, I get the sense that she might have been paid an exorbitant amount of money to make sure that you're dead.
Well, she failed, luckily.
Well,
Hopefully she won't be back. Maybe they'll be unhappy with her.
Shalla, I gotta be honest. As someone who's worked in the profession, you failed, they just send you back out.
Oh, okay.
So,
Well, at
It's-
least we'll be ready for her when she comes again.
in my experience, you can't really. Well, I mean, when I did work, I couldn't really. I had to complete a contract before I could get another one. I'm not sure if she follows the same rules, but
Oh.
I don't know.
So she
I
maybe
suggest
got.
we-
I have no idea. I've been out of the game for like almost 20 years. Sorry, Leo.
I suggested the walk over Shalla each night. Make sure to keep her protection to make sure that this lady doesn't come back.
I mean, if she does, then that we're prepared.
Yes. Hopefully.
Because she also seems to be a master of disguise. She disguised herself among the. Maybe that was incidental. Sorry, Shalla, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
If she comes into my room, Mira be able to see her even if she's in.
No, but she'll be able.
Hide herself.
At the very least, Shalla, if she does the silence, if she makes things quiet, or whatever. I don't know why the hell you couldn't hear us before, but if she does any weird shenanigans, at the very least, she'll be able to see what something was up, use telepathy to tell me, and then I can tell the others.
Does anyone have the alarm symbol?
Corvin, do you got something like that?
The alarm spell?
Yeah.
I do not, but if someone has any idea of how it goes, Jake, would you allow me to study it and learn it?
You have to learn it from us, from a skull, or through leveling up.
Okay.
I mean, for now, I think we just gotta. I mean, Mira's a good enough defense system on her own. I mean, there's really nothing she can do about her telepathy with me.
Yeah. In the back of your head, Shalla, in this moment as well, you hear a familiar voice say, I can tell if she's invisible and she won't slip past me again. Call it a professional oversight on my part.
Oh, okay. You would be able to detect her? Did you detect her at all?
My attention was elsewhere at the time, unfortunately. Won't happen again.
Thank you. I would appreciate that until we take care of this matter.
Don't thank me, though. I'm only doing it because I've grown accustomed to you and I don't want to learn another mortal.
Oh, okay.
Pretty tsundere.
All right. Well, I guess as part of night shift tonight, we're gonna have to on top of watching for our surroundings, we're gonna have to watch these unconscious guys.
Heck yeah.
Shalla, I'd say you're exempt from it for now, because I mean, I don't want to put. I mean, unless you want to, I don't want to. With the dangerous situation and everything, it's your call.
Okay. That seems like a perfect time. For the sake of it, because again, we are way out in the middle of the desert, and I don't want to make this a humongous slog. We will fast forward the night, and then that will, if we take a second to look over at our progress here, take just a tiny second to get this loaded in. We have made our way down to about here now, and by the time we pick up next week, we will be about here. And continuing our way as we drift along through the evening, early morning hours here in the Ash and Sand Expanse, towards the unknown, with a few extra mouths to feed aboard the ship, and at least one of them, for the time being amenable towards cooperation at the very least.
And is not going to throw themselves over the side of the boat.
At least not instantly. We will pick up there next week, though, guys. So it
was a blast as always, everyone.
If you're watching at home, thank you guys so much for sticking with us. We'll see you next Friday. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Guys.